Good afternoon, everyone, and we're going to be taking a look today at the JCE editor for Joomla. Now, one of the things that I've run into more than once is I just don't like the default layout. When you look at it, there's a lot of information here and table playouts and things of that nature. And sometimes you really don't need all of that information. You want a simpler interface for it. So one of the things that I often do to customize mine is to use the mobile profile. And what you want to do is just go ahead and turn that on here by clicking the Publish button. And that's going to load it up and make that profile available to your users or to yourself. In my case, there won't be a lot of writing on the front end, at least not yet. And so I'm going to be using this as my default editor, and I want to make sure that this is a good editor for me to use. So let's take a look at it. We're going to call it mobile, and we're going to leave it exactly how it is. You know, you can change it or rename it if you want to. Now, front end, back end, tablet, phone, desktop, I want it for all, and I want it to be used for myself. So I'm going to turn everyone off except for the super users, which I am. And we're going to look at features. See, here's your basic features is all that it has. You know, you can do all of the different objects here. So the editor width, leave all that auto, and the toggle no. I'm going to turn that on to yes, and here's why. Sometimes I need to edit the HTML directly. JCE has a nasty habit sometimes of removing things such as audio elements, and that creates a little bit of a headache for me. And I'm going to turn the editor's default state to off, and that means that I will load ready to paste HTML. I do a lot of Bootstrap and some tools like that, and I want to be able to edit the HTML directly. So the editor state will be off, toggle editor will be available, and editor toggle is yes. And you could change this to say something like crazy mode or whatever. Here's the current editor layout, available buttons and toolbars. So some of the things that I use regularly is of course the image button, and that doesn't seem to be in the default layout. So what I want to do is I want to find the image button. Oh, it may already be in there. We'll take a look at it in a second. I haven't done this in a couple of months. Add support for object embed, yes. Do you want a context menu? Not. I'm going to turn that on. I don't think I've used it before. Alright, but that looks good. Editor parameters, relative URLs, yes. Validate HTML. I'm going to tell it no. Doc type, inherit, that's fine. Typography. I usually use a div. Just makes life a little bit easier on the back side. And you can add some custom colors and things of that nature in here. File directory path, all of this looks okay. Yep, looks fine. Advanced. Prohibited elements, and remember this is for you, so allow JavaScript, yes. Allow CSS, yes. Allow PHP, yes. And that will turn it on so that you can do some more advanced things in your articles and call PHP calls. Not exactly secure, but sometimes you run into those issues. Now on the plugin parameters, you have all of these different types of information that you can use. Some of these I do and some of them I don't use, but I want to go ahead and leave them on because you never know when you're going to hit it, and you'll have to come back and adjust this if you haven't. Now, we've saved that profile, and here we come back to this page. We're going to reload, and we should see our new profile in place. May have to do it again, start over. Oh, wait a second. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to turn off the default profile for now. Like I said, it's just a bit messy, so it's not exactly my favorite. Let's turn that off, change that state to unpublished. Alright, and let's add a new article. Now you will notice that the editor didn't load automatically. This is so I can put my HTML in here if I want to. And we're just going to type out hello world. Alright. But now if I want to see that here, well, let's take a look at this profile again. Something is still wrong. Alright, let's look at features and layout. Current editor layout. All that looks fine. Oh, there's my image manager I was looking for. Here, let's drag that up and drop it. And another handy one is anchor text. Now let's save. Let's cancel on this and let's do another one just so we know we get the editor pulled back up. Well, isn't that something? Still got an issue. Now let's look at editor profiles again. Let's go to mobile. This time I'm going to add myself as a user. Maybe that's the issue. I've seen that more than once. Some of these odd little occurrences take place. It's always the unexpected, right? Let's set these both to me and select and save. Let's go to Content, Article Manager, Add New Article. If something works the first time in Joomla, you probably set something up wrong. So, we're getting closer. We have one of our two toolbars here. Alright. So let's look at features and layout. This button for some reason is not showing up, so I want to resave it. Let's refresh. Toggle our editor on. Aha! Now we have all of our buttons. So now I have my image button that I added, and that pulls up the JCE image manager. Nice simple little tool. And it also allows me to do anchor text and other things such as read more and page breaks. You can do some cool effects there as well. So we're in our toggle editor style. We can come in here. You'll notice that there's a lot of good styles that are imported from the template that I use. Module title, it pretty much grabs everything. Let's do a tip here. Alright, tip wrap. This is a tip. And we'll toggle the editor back. Div class tip wrap, span, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to add another tag in here, and I'm going to call this an H2. And I'm going to close the H2. I know that you can change that a little bit in HTML and make it a little prettier, but this is a tip. And let's add a space. 2, 4. And there you go. Simple as can be. Of course, I forget in this, you have to add the and B backspace. Alright, center align it. And I have my tip. All done through the pretty much easier interface of the JCE editor. So, there you go. That's all you have to do to change the JCE editor, is to set the mobile profile, or you can create your own. You can do a save, and you can do a you can create your own profile. You can customize it any way you want to. You can make it gray. You can make it mobile. There's a lot of options on it, but this is the default editor that I use because it makes life a little bit easier to have it customized. Just remember, sometimes it removes tags that you didn't expect to be removed. Anyways, this is a quick tutorial on the JCE editor, customizing it and setting up profiles. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Mike King, and feel free to subscribe on YouTube. I do Joomla tutorials, tips, and tricks at designsedge.com. Thanks.